All right, guys. Okay, welcome to our week two digital lessons for bachelor students, the HND, triple one two. Okay, so this is Mr. Faisal. I'm actually adding these sessions, okay, extra sessions, okay, during basically my sessions, okay, with a group four, okay, around 12 o'clock, so, okay, today, because I want to give some extra kind of demonstration, okay, according to our exercise. And of course, for G4, I already mentioned, okay, G4 and the rest of my groups, we're going to do this one exercise inside our classrooms. And then we are going to basically apply this exercise. At least the submissions are going to be around three different exercises. Okay, even if I didn't state basically in our brief how many exercises that we have directly, but basically the main objective of this exercise, we wanted basically to have some sort of like understanding there, okay, when you come to develop this kind of exercise, we want you guys to explore first how basically you're going to use all this kind of method of working there, okay, before we are going to apply the same method of checklist when it comes to your assignments, other assignments that you want. Okay, the importance of role of working with this kind of tablets, especially for those who actually haven't started working on it or you beginning to understand or learn the process of the checklists to get used to it with. I actually recommended you guys to use or to apply using basically this layering system, okay? But of course, okay, a lot of people thought that layering method is all about tracing, but basically it's not, okay? Obviously, we are not trying to trace based on those what we call the layers that we have right here, but we apply that again our drawing checklist using the brush tools over here directly, dry media, brush tools, using ultimate pencil hard directly to work on it. And of course, okay, to set up basically those files, basically I'm using A4 size, 8 by 8, 8 inch by 11 inch. It's a portrait format, and the resolution that I made right now is around 200 dpi okay? 200 dpi basically is the minimal okay, resolution. Instead using 300 okay, to work so that. One of the reasons because the more higher resolution that we use, the radius size to work with this kind of brushes, we need a bit more expand, a bit more higher level. So that means, okay, I want to give you guys a bit kind of basis kind of key that I'm going to use that to work on that. First of all, I'm using basically a bracket that I get kind of open and close bracket to exchange the size of the brushes itself. Okay, that's the thing that we're going to use that to work on that. And of course, okay, when we open up the layers there, okay, the background layers, no need basically to what we call the drawing okay, from here there, okay. So the best way for you guys to work there, okay, leave the background, okay, locked there, okay, in white space, and then these pictures that you actually taking there, okay, my suggestion is to try to complex kind of photos there. Okay? Try to find more approachable, easiest kind of faces that works. No need basically to use a lot of like the old wrinkle detail that I say kind of drawing first to develop those kind of exercise. We need basically to get used to it, comfortable with the tools first already. So for me, this is one of the Asian girl kind of photos that I find quite very look is a bit more kind of easy fit for me to demonstrate. At the same time, there's a lot of details of using the tool that you can use from there. So my suggestion is okay, before we're going to work on these drawings, make sure you try to reduce the opacity first. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the drawings that you develop from here. It's hard for you to see the drawing itself, I think. Okay? So better basically to reduce the opacity, okay, from this menu there, okay, from the layer itself, around 50%, 49, depending, okay, on your eyes, okay, to work on that. I have a bad eye basically, okay, nowadays, because of those reasons, okay, so I try to reduce a bit more further on those, layering there, okay, on those, opacities from here. And of course, okay, you have to use also the other than open bracket and close bracket for brushes, okay, okay, to check the size. Okay, on your keyboard, you also use a lot of zoom in and zoom out kind of tools. All right. Okay, just to zoom in details when you draw there. Okay, you cannot accept it basically. Okay, you're just not relying draw profile like this one there. Okay, because we have to engage with our detailing there. Okay, when you draw them. Okay, when it comes to developing kind of detail on your drawings here. Okay, to get more accurate on your drawing. And of course, okay, when it comes to develop basically the approach on his drawing itself, as I mentioned to you guys before, we're not trying to just trace the drawing itself. Okay, we're not trying to trace it out. This is basically a tracing kind of method. What we want to do is try to draw them. Okay, right now I'm using 50% of point, or I reduce it more to 10. So when you draw the okay, try to get used to the tool face, how to control the volume of tone, strokes at the same time. This is basically the thing that we're going to go through back again, okay? We try to develop basically your kind of understanding using the brushes over here and control the pressure point, just like when you are using basically pencil brushes, like or pencil kind of tools like a traditionally as you would. And of course, okay, some of the areas of these elements that we want to draw, we don't have to draw the whole thing guys, okay? And of course, it's a highlight kind of reflection there, okay? So we need to understand, okay, what basically the pupil and the iris is all about of it, okay? That form basically the surface of the eyes there. For me, what I can see, this is basically the pupil, okay? So I will draw the pupil like this. And then the highlight itself, I draw another circle, and some of the highlights over here, because that's basically the reason that okay, we don't actually try to tracing the whole thing that okay, between those kind of references there. We have to apply also some knowledge that we have seen from here. Okay. What I did right now, I try to draw this two different highlight kind of areas or sections, and those pupils that I saw from here, I increased a bit the size, and I try to use the rubbing check. See? Rubbing settings there, okay, to add some volume of tone, okay, on this pupil itself. Though this is just to color the whole thing dark like this, okay, this is not good for our approach to it. So what we can do, try to rubbing a little bit, okay, on the shadings on the tone of those pupils there, okay, and the other way around for this particular kind of iris there, okay, kind of approach. What I did basically right now, I try to rub a little bit on the head, on the shapes of it, and then I try to reduce the size to give a bit more details on the iris canal. That's just over here. Okay, if you seem to confuse with it, how actually I'm going to approach this one okay, the best way to follow exactly what I did right here based on my demonstrations that I did. But the only thing that you don't have, I think you cannot see basically how actually I draw, okay, from live to okay, from here. But some of you guys who want to record basically the way that I handle the tools, okay, I would love basically to, I would love basically to see, okay, that you actually can contribute yourself, okay, to your concept. But of course, right now, G4, I'm asking them basically to do some exercise according to the same lessons that we here. So I don't want to interrupt them, okay? So let them get busy, okay, to get used to the tool lessons. I just record the sessions over here during the sessions, during basically my time over here, and I will share with you guys later on. So the result, you think I'm going to be look like this one there. So if you look back again, we try to capture as detailed as we can. And the quality of line that actually brought, that we actually want to produce is almost similar to the pencil brush effect. So the techniques and the tools, okay, other than we are looking into my demonstrations, I would suggest you guys to explore a bit more further and do some research on how people actually approach on this kind of drawing kind of techniques, okay, on your own, okay. We call it self-study. Okay? So all this kind of information, other than you just following through, okay, the thing that we actually will go through with you guys, please make sure you do your own research at the same time, okay. Right now, okay, other than actually using basically the normal kind of approach on shading, I'm actually using some drawing techniques to add some shapes of tone of shadows there, okay? Using based on these kind of photos there. Okay? This is also one of the things, one of the techniques that you guys can actually apply and use that skill that you get. All right, you have to get used to it first. The eyebrow itself, okay, you see basically a lot of hairline over here. So what I can do, using basically 5 point of size, I will try to draw the acting kind of techniques, okay, back and forth there, okay, to work on this particular kind of eyebrow kind of approach to form basically the eyebrow itself, okay. At the same time, control the pressure, okay, to make it a bit more natural, okay, during basically the process of working with this kind of design drawing. So from here, okay, once basically I have done basically some eyebrows, we start with the hairline. So make sure your hairlines are going to be a little bit more soft in there. So what I did right now, I try to draw just like I am combing basically, okay, the hair, brushes basically the hair that okay, using the brush, the hairbrush, okay, what we call that traditional needle, okay. So the way that I'm going to draw the strokes to make sure basically they have a very soft kind of what we call that strokes there, okay, in order for us to use, okay, to get a bit more natural at the same time. But you didn't have to draw the whole thing in one, what we call that, in one single line only there, okay. You can actually add some shading to it during basically those rendering of the hairline, so to make it a bit more natural like this, okay. So this exercise that we did right now is basically just to test. See, even though the nostril like this one, okay, the nostril and nostril directly, what I can do, I draw the shading first, and then I can actually draw that again. That's the size, okay? And I can apply also some sketching kind of line techniques as well. Okay? Practice basically the line work and the quality of line. Okay, when it comes to develop this kind of drawing there, okay? Then goes to the lips line there, okay? When I draw the lips, I will draw basically the mouth line first, okay? So for those who think basically we are trying to trace about, think back again, okay, or feel them back again. We are not basically trying to trace the whole thing there. What we did right now is try to apply basically those drawing kind of techniques there, okay. Even if some texturing kind of methods, okay, that apply from here. So we can apply that back again. And don't worry about the tone itself there, okay. Because and other than that, okay, once basically you draw basically the lips, make sure you don't combine between the upper lips and the lower lips line. Because once you combine them, they become like the lips, not the lips, correct? So the best way to approach this one, okay, add some shadings a bit. And when you shade them up, you're using the flows of the shadows there, up and down there, okay, to get the textures right. That's basically also one of those tricks that we can use, okay, in order for us to combine and apply basically that in the details of our drawings, okay, based on the reference itself. If you close this one, this is basically what you can get from it. You can go to the nose line and nose kind of shadings. I increase the size a little bit, okay. I will draw basically the curved line, okay, over here to define basically the shadows itself, okay. Curved line there, okay, to define the shadows there. So a lot of people normally they draw basically this line, okay, in order to draw the nose kind of line there, okay, but it's not quite appropriate there. What you can do, you apply between the shadows line there, okay. That's the that more kind of effective way, okay, to get the more better result for your nose kind of drawings, okay, or shadings there. All right. So this is basically the result from there. So a lot of things you guys can explore there, okay, especially also with the line work for those spaces there. For me, what I did basically right here, I have around 15% pointer, okay. I will draw basically, I can try to capture basically some details that I can using basically this, what we call that references there to work. If you actually have this kind of what, a bit kind of what we call that sloppy there, okay, you can just can erase this, right? And then you adjust back again, okay? Okay. Right. Of course, on this design here. So your job is right now, okay, for this exercise, to get used to the tools there first. For me, I'm not actually taking too much on the details there. And of course, never seek for any perfections yet. Okay, make sure when you draw them, make sure you can get as detailed as you can, but at the same time, the drawing technique has to be bit kind of correct there, right? Okay? Try to get the right way to work. Okay, repeat the line there, okay? Repeat the line there when you draw them. Okay? So try to repeat the line there, okay? To draw this. And at the same time, what you need to apply right here, right now, okay? Try to get some speed there, okay? When you draw them. So if you can actually speed up basically the process, okay? The features that you work on it, it will be more better for your kind of development. So it's all about how to develop your way of working there, guys. Okay? And other than this one, other than this brushes, right, I want to introduce you guys also this general brush. Normally for the shading, we can use also these hard ground pressure brushes on general brushes there on top of it to apply the shading. But these brushes basically, you have to increase a little bit the size. And when you paint, basically they have a transparent kind of approach, this transparent kind of result there, right? So the best way to control these brushes, you reduce. Okay? Reduce basically the flows around 4% maximum there. Okay? And then you actually can paint according to the shadows like this. Like this. You can give more better results. Okay? You add more realistic kind of looks and feel for the whole illustration. But when you paint it out, okay, you need to paint according to the flows of the structure there. Okay? And that's basically the trick is right now. You have to work on that. Okay? Of course, the structures there. This is basically the result that you can get from the shading itself. Okay? So this brush is basically the right thing. If you control correctly, it will give more better kind of result to add some shadings and form for the whole presentation. All right, guys. So the result you can see from here that I've been actually designed earlier, okay? They will show this kind of quality of result, okay? We didn't have to basically draw two details there. I think we didn't have to draw two details there, okay? Because the approach is for this exercise to get used to the tool there. And if you wanted to take notes on your drawing, for example, if you want to write down basically what type of drawings, what type of notes that you brushes that you use, I think you actually can write down there, okay? Using basically that we are using basically brushes that you use. All right, for the names of those submissions, okay, because this is a week 2 already, so don't forget to change one, week 2, okay? For example, this is a group 4 exercise number 2. Don't limit yourself to draw only one particular drawing set. Okay, inside your folders. For these submissions, at least we have around 3 different kind of drawings based on the same exercise, just to brush up and get used to it. So I believe the more that you do, the more you develop your skill set. But you have to learn how to enjoy them at the same time. All right, my consultations are always open. You have my WhatsApp numbers. All right, and of course, okay, for those who are actually beginners there, if you don't have a budget to buy or to buy basically Procreate, okay, and you still have your laptop there, right? I would suggest for you guys to buy or to get basically the Wacom tablet, okay? Wacom tablet. Okay, the convenient one basically that I say normally, this one is free on the okay. I actually really recommend you guys to buy Wacom tablet like this. This is the most recommended version and a little bit kind of like more convenient there, okay? For beginners to use. It's true there, okay? Welcome tablet there. Other than that, I'm not actually quite recommending. It all depends. So you can get from, if you can bought basically this tablet, basically from any kind of computer shop that there, okay? No need to buy those expensive one first, okay? And of course, okay, this tablet has to be installed the right kind of guide for your system, operation system there, okay? So don't take a risk okay, to buy the product that I did not basically just unless you can try them, install them first, okay? If your friend actually has bought some of those tablets, you can try to install on your computer first and try to get used to it. Best way for you guys to work the guys because you're going to use this tablet not only for digital operations, but even though in animation device, okay, you still need basically this tablet there, okay, to be applied on your works. Okay, for example, okay, I want to share with you guys a bit on the videos over here. Okay, on the samples. Okay, even though we are still working with the illustrations, but I want to share with you guys the things that we have done previously. Okay, previously. So what we basically did there, okay, previously. For example, like this is basically my example of animation. So in order to develop this animation, you need to have a tablet basically to draw. There's no such basically for this 2D subject, 2D animation subject, you will draw using mouse. Okay? I will forbidden you guys to do that. So all this kind of animation approach for 2D animation subjects, we need basically mouse. We need basically a tablet basically to draw them. Okay, so you still need this one. Okay, for me until the rest of your courses. So we using basically a lot of this tablet to approach on our design. Okay? All this kind of illustration and design that I create, design that I create, we're basically using the tablet there. Even I'm also, okay, if I'm not actually have the tablet, okay, I won't be able to develop basically my kind of works properly nowadays, unless I'm going to use AI there. That's basically the story. So tablets is quite very, I recommend you guys to use them. They try to get as soon as possible. Okay, the minimum kind of levels you can use Wacom, okay, CTL 470. It's quite convenient. I actually using that before. This one, okay, CTL 4100. I've also used that before, okay, because this small version of Wacom tablet, okay, it's quite convenient for you guys to do on mobile work. Okay, you can actually draw them okay, during your lunch sessions, okay. If you want to work on libraries or so, okay, you still basically can bring over that this tablet again to practice that. And then it's not that better for the on the drive. So that's basically the thing that I can actually show you guys. So we will okay, to work on that. And other they can discuss exercise. I want to share also with you guys with another exercise that we can actually approach already. Another exercise that you need to basically apply is to do the basic structure transforming shapes. So one of the exercises that I want to approach over here by basically using get my tools. I'm gonna get my tools. Okay. So, hold on. That is it. This is my tool. All right. Please, yes. Hmm. The next step here. but new versions sometimes have different kind of what we call the way. So by using basically this mixture, for example, like this, okay, I add another layer here, okay. I want to practice myself to draw or to form basically some shading light and shadows that are using the soft brush system. So what I can do is right here, I can click shift and create basically a circle on our selection areas. I can do from here. I will add some colors, fill in the color. I should approach this one. Okay, just fill in the color preference. And then using brushes there, okay. Right now I'm using soft brushes, very standard soft round brushes there. Adjust the size. I want to play around with my shape there and gradient there, okay? You have to make it basically this shape, this circle become a sphere, okay? So first of all, you need to know basically the directions of light and shadows. You just have to know that first. At the same time, increase the size and then try to approach it. Let's just say I want to make a three-dimensional kind of look on the circle itself, okay? Become a sphere at the same time, okay? So the light came from the right side. And then what you can do, leave the reflection light over here and try to get the look and feel of this circle become a bit more like a sphere there, okay? And I will also approach the white colors over here to have some highlight a bit, okay, on the tone. At the same time, okay, I leave the hard shadows over here to form basically the sphere, okay? And then next one, okay, the next round that I'm going to do, I'm going to design the shadows. Like the shadows will be formed off to the right side, like this. Okay, but try to approach a bit more tone right here, right now, not too much. To form basically the shadows that appears from the whole kind of what we call that itself. Okay, so what else that we can do from here? If I want to add a bit more like a background, okay, okay, so just to size a little bit. Okay, I want to make it basically the still look a little bit more like has basically some platform already, but still I will basically need some sort of space okay, of light okay, and we find the shadows from there. So same goes with the highlight. If you guys see that, okay, I try to adjust the highlight a little bit. Some reflecting light, backlight, okay, from this kind of direction there, okay, to works. And of course, okay, what else we can do? As a bit kind of shading, highlight a little bit, reflections light a little bit from here. It's too much, yeah, and still basically can add more tone right after this. Okay. So I want to make basically like this extra exercise basically just for to test your understanding back again, how to shape them up, okay, according to the form, light, and shadows there. This is also one of the exercises that you can do in order to understand physically how it works, okay? So from here, you can save the file. This one, group 4, exercise number 3. Okay? So change into data file. Is that it? All right. So So this is the one that you can create. This is the JPEG file. This is basically the drawing. I give also some sort of tips from there. When actually draw this kind of exercise, I have another version, I think. I think this is the one that has been taken from. So this is basically the new one direction. Is to practice basically your kind of skills, okay? And approach on those drawing skills. So I done basically my demonstration for today, and hopefully G4, which could be basically I have managed to, I think, can basically get this kind of understanding. So you do not need to draw too detailed, but if you have time to work on that, go ahead. So for me, it's good enough for you guys to work right here, to practice basically yourself there. This is basically if I exercise number 2 for group 4. Group 2 also going to apply the same thing. Okay, so first. And then I resubmit that again inside our Google Classroom. So for group 4, group 2, and group 1, I think you're going to try the same exercise for this week. So I did also give you guys some videos that I made before, okay, for your approach, for your references. And what I can do from here, okay, I will share this one that one. Okay, this is basically the weekly exercise. So for portrait, at least you draw another 2 versions, okay, to practice yourself. So that means for this week, we have around 1, 2, 3, 4, and including this shapes kind of exercise, okay? So 4 drawings you have to be complete. So I'm going to upload the videos later on for your references. And today, basically, we have a delegation from China, kind of what we call that student that was selected from Guangzhou, and what we call that university directly. I'll give them basically some briefing directly and sharing session that based on our social discipline sessions. All right, for basic exercise, note. Okay, week 2. Okay, yes, we have 3 portrait drawing exercise to be complete. And the one should perform with light and shadows. Okay, exercise. So you have to be complete this week. Right? Group 1, 2, and 4 there. Group 1, Group 2, and Group 4. Okay, to be complete, it's perfect. Let's see, okay. Submissions for this exercise. Okay. Yeah, so this on Sunday, okay, Sunday. Can I write? Sunday. This Sunday are going to be 23, okay? 27, 27, February. Okay? Which basically Google Classroom again. Okay. Share behind here. Okay? Folder. Here. Finding one right. Okay. So guys, okay, if you guys have any questions, please don't be hesitant to ask me, okay? And the thing that, okay, regarding to your exercise, so we'll look to our friend, who what we call that development, okay, right here, until 2 o'clock. All right. So thank you very much, okay, for having me. I'll see you guys on our lesson sessions there, okay? And keep on practicing. Don't rely only one who exercise there, okay? Enjoy yourself on working on it. Try to improve more on your drawing skills at the same time directly in order for you to develop basically your understanding on this particular lesson. I believe you guys can. So thank you very much. Have a good day. I'll see you guys around and take a good care of yourself. Okay?